Hello again. I am doing another blanket stitch today, but I am out of blanket stitches in this book, so we'll be getting the rest of these blanket stitches from other places. And today we are getting it from Sarah's hand embroidery website, and this is the Honeycomb blanket stitch. I'm also watching Create and Craft with Christine on her YouTube channel, and I'm watching her video for the blanket stitch also. So the first part is pretty straightforward. It is just a row of blanket stitches. I mentioned this in other videos, but in case you didn't see those, I don't like drawing on my fabric anymore with the Friction pins. I much rather wash off the sticky water soluble, I don't know what it's called. I always forget. Let me see. The sticky water soluble paper stabilizer, and draw on that rather than on my fabric. So this first row is just a regular straightforward blanket stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and do a row of that, and then I will come back and see if I can't figure out the next row. I will be right back. Alright, I have my first row done, and I tied it off when I got to the end because I can't imagine dragging it all the way back to the beginning. So, new knot, and let's see. So, I need to go halfway between B and C, directly under my first bar right there. Then I need to go, I'm going to go backwards because I don't want to poke anything around here. And then I go from C to B. Ooh, way too far. Oh, too short. Right there. Not quite halfway. Let me scoot over a little bit. It is what it is. That's where it wants to be. Like that. Okay, I did that. Now continue with the blanket stitch. Make sure they alternate the vertical stitches between the vertical stitches of the previous row. I don't know. It seems too high to me. So she shows her needle. Oh no, I should have gone. I did that wrong. I should have done it different. So let's pull this back out. It was me. 100% me. It's always me. Don't ever assume that it's anything other than me. It's just me and not understanding the directions. Okay. So I go from, let me rethread this. I don't know where my needle threader is. Everything looks so even on her page, and I don't see how it can be even if you go halfway. Okay, so I went through there, and then I'm supposed to go from C, which is right here. I have a little fruit fly. Get rid of that. Drive me nuts. To halfway up, and there's another one. I have my whole house open. So halfway up and halfway between the 2 stitches. So like that. And then through, do I go through next? Through again? Yes, through the next stitch. This is going to be a slow stitch. From here to here. I made mine really teeny tiny. It's going to be kind of hard to see the effect, I think. But here we are. So we're going to roll with it. Okay, from B, or C rather, to halfway up, like so. Through here. From here to here. And through here. Alright. I've got my pattern down. I'm going to go for it. We'll see. My stitches are so teeny tiny, I don't know how honeycomb it's going to look when I'm done. We'll see. Live and learn. I have 1 row of this honeycomb left to make. And when I was at the top doing the 2nd and 3rd row, I was not in love with it. But it's growing on me. I would hold it up closer, but I don't know. My camera, I'm going to have to invest in a new one, I think. But it's growing on me. I am enjoying the methodicalness of it. It's very methodical. I initially thought that my honeycomb stitches were way too small, and they are. I probably could have made this a lot bigger than I did. I keep getting stuck on my sticky water-soluble stuff, which is frustrating. But other than that, I don't know where I just went, but not. Can I get down to the bottom? No, I cannot. I went through 2 stitches. It goes along swimmingly until I turn on my camera, and the universe is like, show them how you make a mistake. That's okay. I don't mind. Pull it out. There we go. Anyway, I could have made my stitches a lot bigger than I did. But I am quite enjoying this stitch, and it's not as honeycomb as I expected it to be, and maybe it lost something in the tininess. Could be. Seems to be the theme of this particular stitch, as we know, down here and over here. I don't know. Maybe I need to stop with the floss and start using yarn or something for everything, and then I would be forced to make bigger stitches instead of little tiny stitches. Where did that little string come from? Go away. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is, is there a point? I don't know if there's a point. The more I stitch and the more I move along in this journey of learning to embroider, the more I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying the slow pace. I'm enjoying how methodical it is. I also crochet, and crochet seems to be, I don't know, some sort of speed event for me always. Although I'm making a hat right now that is also very, very slow. It's relatively thin wool yarn that I got when I was in Ireland. It feels so luxurious in your fingers, and I have a little tiny hook, and I'm doing a kind of a little tiny pattern, and it's really taking me a long time, and I'm not stressing about it. I once made a hat on a plane ride from Sacramento to Kansas City. I started in the car ride on the way to the airport, and I finished when the plane landed. But that's not the case with this hat I've been working on since January. I don't work on it all the time. It's kind of an out-of-the-house project because I'm not filming it. I might make a video about it, but I'm not filming it. So, like this, I can't take it with me because I want to film the process, and I don't want to be like trying to film in the wild. So, it's nice to have slow projects, I think. It's nice to learn new skills. I'm really excited about learning new skills, and I am definitely doing that. This page in general has been a learning experience, from the super simple to the oh my gosh, how on earth do you do that? And that's okay. Nice to have variety also. So I only have a few more stitches, and then my honeycomb will be complete. Yay! I don't think I followed the directions exactly. She has this big long stitch right here that I don't like. So I kind of did more what Christine did, and I just kind of moved in on each row so that I wouldn't have that. Oh, that is way too big of a stitch. I did that earlier too, where I went all the way up to the line. I'm only supposed to go halfway. And then she doesn't really, there's no picture to show you what to do on the other end either. I did not watch the video on the webpage, so I'm sure that if I had, I would have probably gotten those answers. But I did watch Christine's video on Create and Craft with Christine, and she just did a little stitch right there to match the other side so it would be balanced. And I liked that, so I just copied her. It seemed like a reasonable way to do it. Almost to the end. Almost to the end. I don't know which stitch is next after this one. I'll have to look. There we go. Had a little loop in my thread there. What I have been doing is doing the stitches, recording the video, editing the video, figuring out where it's going to get, when it's going to get posted, and then after I get it all done and get it onto YouTube, then I will do the next video. And I realized that I have videos, because I have other stuff that I'm posting about, like crochet and stuff, that I was posting videos all the way out to July. So the other day I reworked my plan a little bit so that I wouldn't do that. And then what I think I've landed on today is today I am just recording videos, no editing, no posting, just recording. So I've done several stitches today that I have not edited my videos yet. And I will pick a day next week and I'll edit my videos. And I think what I'm going to do is do as many stitches as I can and then just post like every day those videos, because otherwise I will be posting like 3 years from now if I only do videos every now and then and post on these. And I don't want this to be my forever project. I want to enjoy the process, but I also want it to move along a little bit faster. I ironed on this piece of tea towel to the back of my fabric to give it some dimension, some heftiness. I used the heat and bond to attach it, and it's so great in so many ways because I just was able to just go under it to tie my knot rather than having to find a place or make a knot. I don't know. It was nice. There's my honeycomb. I'm going to call that one a success, albeit teeny tiny. That seems to be my theme for the blanket stitch. Teeny tiny, teeny tiny, teeny tiny, teeny tiny, teeny tiny. So, there we go. Let's close this video out, and we'll see what's next.